Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel.
We know roots are very important for the plants. During photosynthesis, roots acts a major role and it provides water and minerals to the plant. But do you know how many types of roots are there and what is the difference between them? Yes, today we are going to learn about that. There are two kinds of roots are there. The first one is taproot and the second one is the fibrous roots. Let's see the difference between the taproot and the fibrous roots. Taproot is one of the two essential root systems where the primary root gives out the branches of secondary and tertiary roots growing downwards as the primary root tapers towards the end. Whereas the fibrous roots are the other type of root system where the root develops from the system in the form of thin and moderately branching roots without any primary root. Here you can see the taproot with secondary and tertiary roots are there, but whereas for fibrous roots there is no primary root. The second difference is taproot evolved from the fibrous root in the evolutionary process, whereas the fibrous root system had evolved before the taproot system. Taproot is observed in dicotyledonous plants, whereas the fibrous roots are observed in monocotyledonous plants. You can see here dicot embryo means two dicotyledon, that is the seed leaf will be there, whereas monocot embryo means only single leaf will be there. So this is the main difference. And if we see the fourth difference, the roots in the taproot system are thicker than those in the fibrous root, whereas the roots in the fibrous root system are thin and hair-like. You can see here the taproot is very thick, and whereas the fibrous roots are thin and hair-like structures. Taproots are always underground, whereas fibrous roots can be underground or even aerial. You can see here the taproot of the tree which is underground. From the primary roots, the secondary and tertiary roots are coming out. Whereas fibrous aerial roots, the normal fibrous roots will be there. Apart from that, the aerial roots will be hanging. Also, some plants like money plant or caladiums or philodendron, even the orchids will have the roots which is hanging outside, which will be providing them support to climb. Mangrove plants will grow in swamps where the mud will be clayey and it will be very difficult for them to breathe under the soil. In that cases, these fibrous roots will come out and helps the plants in breathing. The taproot system develops from the radicle of the embryo during germination, whereas the fibrous root system develops from the stem tissue of the plant base. You can see here how the taproot will develop from the radicle. There will be a primary root as well as secondary root, but this will not happen in fibrous roots. The roots will grow from the stem tissue. The next difference is some taproots such as radish and carrots acts as a storage for food, whereas fibrous roots do not store any kind of food. We use radish and carrot as a food because these are taproots which store food. Even beetroot, sweet potato, yam, all these will be considered as taproot which will store food, whereas fibrous will not store any kind of food. Next difference, roots in the taproot system are longer, whereas in the fibrous system are shorter. Taproot grows vertically downwards and thus reaches deep into the soil. The fibrous roots grows horizontally in all the directions and thus doesn't reach deep into the soil. You can see here the taproot grows vertical downwards and thus it will reach deep into the soil, whereas fibrous will grow horizontal and it will be moving in all the direction and it cannot go deep into the soil. Taproots are capable of withstanding drought as the roots can penetrate the soil deep in search of water, whereas the fibrous roots cannot endure drought condition as they won't penetrate inside. Here you can see how deep the taproot are inside the soil and protecting the base of the tree, whereas the fibrous roots will be very weak and they cannot protect the plant or the tree so deep. Thus, fibrous plants cannot withstand the drought and they will fall very easily. The taproot system anchors the plant more firmly than the fibrous root. Fibrous root system anchors less efficient than taproot. The taproots will hold the plant very firmly as it goes deep into the soil, whereas fibrous will be spreading and it will be very weak. Thus, taproot will withstand any kind of climate, whereas fibrous won't. Next difference is plants with a taproot system have leaves with reticulate venation, whereas fibrous roots plants will have parallel venation. This is the structure in the leaf. Reticulated venation or reticulated veins will have the lines which are not in the same direction. It will be in different direction. Whereas parallel venation, if you see, the lines will be parallel to each other, which is connected to midrib. You can see here the lines are parallel to each other. The other side of the leaf also, if you see, those are parallel lines. Examples of plants that have a taproot system include carrot, mustard, radish, turnip, beetroot, parsley, coriander, etc. So these are with the taproot system and also with reticulated venation. Radish, carrot, turnip, parsley, mustard, coriander are all examples of taproot. Plants with fibrous root system include grasses, wheat, rice, corn, rosemary, coconut, etc. So you can see here wheat is having fibrous roots. Paddy, whose roots are spread around. Corn, which is not deep. Rosemary, hairy like roots. And even coconut, the roots are aerial. These are the differences between taproot and fibrous root. I hope you have enjoyed this video.
For such educational and informative videos, kindly like and subscribe. Please do press the bell icon to get the notifications on uploading new videos. See you in the next video. Thank you.